This week, we are going to be learning about JSON and XML, which are used for data storage. And then we will be looking at how to access those files, in addition to how to create them, using AJAX, asynchronous JavaScript, with JavaScript and AJAX in jQuery. So for the reading assignment, there is quite a bit on AJAX and JSON, or you can read the textbook chapter. And then for the key concepts, we're basically going to first kind of give an overview of AJAX so you kind of understand what that is. And you'll notice that there's lots of videos here, videos for each section. But first, we're going to talk about AJAX, get a little overview, and how to use it with JavaScript in jQuery to update page content with HTML. We're not getting into the accessing data storage yet, just so you can get a feel for what AJAX is and how AJAX works. Because what AJAX does, it basically will let you update a part of your page without reloading it. So it's super powerful. After we do that, we're going to talk about how to create XML files, how they are, what the syntax is, how to create them, and then how to read in those files and update your page using JavaScript in AJAX or jQuery in AJAX. And then finally, we are going to learn how to create JSON files and how to read those files in using JavaScript or jQuery, and how to update your page using AJAX. So there is a lot this week, but this is super important information moving forward because we are going to be accessing APIs next week. Pretty much all companies have developer information that you can access in the form of an API. And so to utilize the APIs, we have to know how to access JSON and XML using JavaScript or jQuery. So this is kind of a big week. And we're going to go through the key concepts first. And then we do have a programming assignment. And so the focus of this week is for you to have an understanding of XML and JSON files, and then how to pull the data in and display it in your page using either JavaScript or jQuery. So first task, you're going to create an XML file. And then you're going to create an AJAX file that reads the XML and updates the page. And you'll notice I have examples. These are the same examples from the lecture demo. Then you're going to do a JSON file. And then you're going to create an AJAX file that reads your JSON file and updates the page. And then finally, the last one that you do, you're going to have 3 different buttons, and the buttons are going to load either the XML content or JSON content and dynamically display it on the page. So you'll notice that I've got examples. This is a JSON example. And all of the content here is coming from a JSON file. And when I click on the button, we're using AJAX to change this page without actually reloading it. Okay, and then here is the HTML example. Okay, you guys have to have 3 buttons, not 2. But those are just a couple of examples. So that is the assignment. The only problem people have had on this assignment is that, if you get the syntax wrong in the XML file or the JSON file, then your AJAX is not going to work. So that's the primary issue that people have had. Also beware that, JavaScript is case sensitive. So if you create your file, okay, if you create these tags in XML in all capital letters, then in your Ajax, you need to use all capital letters. If you use lowercase letters, then correspondingly in your Ajax, you have to use lowercase letters, okay, because it's case sensitive and it has to match. Once you finish the assignment, you're going to work on quiz 2. This quiz is open for a week. You can take it 3 times. It'll record your best score. There is no time limit on this. Okay, so you have the quiz. And then you should be working on your first milestone. If you aren't, you want to get that done because that's actually going to be due on the 11th. Okay. Assignments for this week are due on the 4th. Okay, so in about 2 weeks, you're going to have this milestone done. And the milestone simply involves creating your interface. But there are requirements that you have to have. So you need to include a description of each game. You have to have a README file. Okay? And so the example that I have here kind of demos the site live. And I believe I have another example. Here I have another example of a demo, just showing you what you should have for your interface. The extra credit this week is an industry night out. So if you do attend that, make sure you submit a summary to the Dropbox and you'll get 10 points extra credit. If you have questions or if you run into problems this week, please let me know. Because sometimes getting your XML and JSON files to display in the web page can be a little tricky. But I hope everybody has fun with this assignment and have an awesome week.